and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk. I'm your host, Saieed Ali, a spiritual consultant and real estate businessman. Remember, for those of you that are having spiritual problems, feel free to contact me at 339-1670 or 238-6716. Those of you who have properties to sell or looking for property to buy, you can also contact me. Now, viewers, I want to say a special good night to you, viewers of Real Talk in Trinidad and Tobago, of the Caribbean, and around the globe. Remember, for those of you that are logged on to our page, Real Talk with Saieed Ali page, for those of you who do not know, the viewers, encourage your friends and your family to look at Real Talk with Saieed Ali and to like our page on Facebook. You go up on your Facebook account, type in Real Talk with Saieed Ali, our page will pop up, like and share. Now, during the course of the day, we bring you up-to-date news that is happening in Trinidad and Tobago and other countries. So viewers, if when you're traveling and you can't look at TV, you can't look at nothing except your Facebook link, your pages. So we bring you up-to-date news during the course of the day when incidents happen in Trinidad and Tobago. So remember to like and share our page. Encourage your friends and your family also to like and share the page. And for those of you on YouTube, TT Real Talk, subscribe, hit the bell, and you will know when we go live. So viewers, I do apologize for not going live on Wednesday night. I do apologize sincerely. I know a lot of you will be looking out for Real Talk, but I had some things to do and I wanted to finish it. I didn't want it to prolong into the weekend, but nevertheless, God spared life. We are here. Real Talk with Saieed Ali. So feel free to call in. 238-6716 is our live studio line. 238-6716. Let us hear what is taking place in your community, in your area, about the councillor, about the MPs, about the road, about the guns, about the WASA. Let us hear what is taking place. Now, tonight's show, viewers, is for you, the citizens. Why I say that, I want you to call in. It doesn't matter what part of Trinidad or Tobago you are. Call in tonight. Let us know if you have a water problem in your area. Because over the last couple of days, the citizens seem to be crying out for water supply throughout Trinidad. North, south, east, west, northeast, southeast, east, west. They're crying out. They are crying out. And who it is falling on? The councillor is supposed to help out. The MP is supposed to help out. But it is going on deaf ear. So, viewers, let me hear what is taking place in your constituency, in your area, concerning the water situation. So feel free to call in and let us know what is taking place. It doesn't matter what part of Trinidad you are. So viewers, contact your relatives, contact your friends, contact your partner in whatever area and tell them to tune into Synergy TV. Look at Real Talk. You're not getting water, call in, because it is an issue in Trinidad presently, and water is an essential thing. It's a necessity, just like food. So call in, let me hear what you have to say as we start our program tonight. So, man was on bail 13 times for firearm. Listen this. The man who was shot and killed by police officers, the Special Operation Response Team, that is SWOT, in Morvan this morning, was charged 13 times on 13 separate occasions and released on bail. On all occasions. We're talking about an individual with a firearm. With a firearm. 13 times. 13 times he was arrested with firearm and given bails on all 13 occasions. So how many people have died under this individual? How many people have gotten robbed under this individual at gunpoint? You tell me. This is why Real Talk have been started to push for no bail for firearms, illegal firearms. You would tell me 13 times? You didn't learn the first time, you didn't learn the second time, you didn't learn the third time, and you continue. And you continue. Is this the type of society we want in Trinidad and Tobago? Is this the type of laws we want in Trinidad and Tobago, where you can go before a magistrate with gun charge from 1 to 13 times and got bail on all 13 occasions? Is this what we want for Trinidad and Tobago? If so, well then abolish all the gun laws. Abolish the gun laws and let every household have a gun to protect themselves. If we can't protect the law-abiding citizens from individuals who is walking around with illegal firearm, if we can't protect the law-abiding citizens, abolish the gun law. Let every citizen walk with a firearm. Let every household have a firearm. Let them protect themselves. How many of you are satisfied with that now? How many of you would okay that now? Caller, good night.
Yeah, good night, Saeed.
Go right ahead.
Yes, Saeed, this is from down in Bark, or Rochard Road in Bark, all right? What happened over 18 years back? A company run a gas line. Most likely like Heritage Gas, right? And all the farmers can't cross for the government road to go to the land. They bring caution tape. They're blocking all the farmers them and everything, right? And they say we have to go to Santa Flora to write a letter to cross we own land. You have beat that? And that land will be owned for 80 years and over. You know?
So here it is. We have the government road.
Yeah.
We have the pipeline road.
Railway line.
And then all your farmers, all your land after the pipeline.
No, after the railway line. There is the tote cane. Right side of the government road self.
Okay.
Right? And we passing our road for over 80 years. And now, yeah.
So after 80 years, they want to stop all from planting all your land? He gone?
Yeah.
So after 80 years...
That is the right now we supposed to be crossing. But them come and pulling caution tape and bringing security by the house with gun and all kind of things.
Wow.
I say we had to go and write a letter to Santa Flora, to the company, stating to pass in we own private land.
So here it is. The pipeline that they ran it on all your land?
Yes, it run to the front of the land. In front.
So now you can't leave the road and cross the pipeline to go into your land?
No. They don't want me to do it. They're pulling caution tape. They're bringing security with gun and thing by your house.
Wow. Here what to do. All the farmers come together, take a good lawyer and send them a letter. If you cannot cross the pipeline to go to your land, tell them come and remove the pipeline. Thank you, caller. That is madness. That is mad. You will tell me you have your land and you can't cross the pipeline to go into your land? Move the pipeline. I don't want it. It's simple. It's very, very simple. Come with a crew, remove your pipeline and go with it because it is humbugging me from going into my land. I do business what company you are. I do business what company you are. Because if you're telling me you pass a pipeline in front of my land and I cannot go to my land, really? Bring your truck, bring your crew, pick up your pipeline. Simple as that. Simple as that. You see, you can't allow a company to bully you because they're passing something in front of your land, you know. It's too much of that taking place in Trinidad and Tobago. And because an individual sitting down in a position, you feel you could do anything. Caller, good night.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
Good night, peace and blessings to our beautiful country. Mr. Said, we have no water for almost 2 weeks and we have to pay our bill as soon as our bill comes. Calling from Belmont. Good night. God bless. Bye.
Thank you. 2 weeks, no water in Belmont. Feel free to call in. Tonight is for you, the citizens. We're dealing with water. Feel free to call in 238-6716. Let me hear what area you're from. Because for the last couple of days, people have been crying out for water throughout Trinidad and Tobago. So, as we continue with this individual, now, according to the police release from Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, report says that the officers went to the home of Nigel Myers at around 6 o'clock this morning to search for guns and ammunition. He shot at them, and they shot back, hitting him several times. Police took him to the Port of Spain General Hospital, where he was declared dead on arrival. An AK-47 assault rifle with a sniper scope and several explosives were found at the house. In the media release, Commissioner of Police, Mr. Gary Griffiths, advised that if we had a criminal justice system which was not balanced in favor of the criminal and a proper bail act, Myers would have been in custody and many lives may have been saved. The cop said that based on intelligence report, Myers may have been suspected to be involved in numerous murder, among other charges laid against Myers, including murder, attempted murder, shooting with intent, assaulting a police officer, wounding with intent, possession of firearm and ammunition, and endangering lives and kidnapping. So this is what we have in Trinidad and Tobago. One person with 13 related offense of firearm, and 13 times he was granted bail. How many of you would love that? Trinidad and Tobago, do you love that? Let me hear what you have to say. Caller, good night.
Hello, good night.
Go right ahead.
Saeed?
Yes, you're live on Real Talk. Go right ahead.
Thank you very much, sir. I live at Londonville, London Street. We haven't have no water in the pipe for days. Tuesday night, water came and it was like molasses.
Wow.
Black. I wait until 1 o'clock in the night till it was running black. I tell my wife, listen, when this done tomorrow morning, you wouldn't see no water in the pipe again. So says Sudan. There is no water in the pipe like for us.
No water?
No water, no water. Londonville.
Thank you, caller. Londonville area. Belmont area. No water. Now listen this, Listen this. WASA has planned short-term measures to counter the supply issue, particularly in the in South and Central Trinidad. This includes redistributions of water and creation of new wells. Where are you digging these wells? To start with, where you plan to put the wells on them? So the authority today held a media conference to address the concerns raised by citizens who have been without pipe-borne water supply. Acting CEO Alan Punking admit it is an unacceptable situation facing many communities. Caller, good night. Hello? Sorry about that, caller. He says measures to combat the water woes include management of reservoir, increase groundwater production, maintenance of supplies from desalination plant to increase water trucking. Other short-term initiative being persuaded is the drilling of new wells in Aruca, Arima, Santa Cruz, and Tucker Valley, as well as Tobago. All are expected by August. Mr. Punking says the wells in Trinidad will give those communities their own localized source of water. This, he notes, will decrease their reliance on the existing supply, making more water available for redistributions to South and Central. How long have we been having this water problem in Trinidad and Tobago? Government come, government go. Allocations are being pumped into the public utilities. There's nothing new. It's nothing new. How long you know you needed more dams in Trinidad and Tobago? How long did you know you needed more wells? Not just yesterday. Good night. Hello?
Hello.
Go right ahead.
Good night, my dear.
Good night to you.
My dear, I belong to Dabadi. I called you 4 times already. No water. It will take me 2 years. I haven't gotten water. It will be making me 2 years. I ain't getting water here. Understand? Wash your hand for this disease they are running about. I am a woman. I'm 88 years of age.
And 2 years now you haven't had water in your pipe.
If rain don't fall, I don't catch water.
Oh my God.
I suffer, and sometimes them little boy just have to bring a bucket of water for me.
This is in Dabadi?
I in Dabadi.
Thank you, my dear. So you see, viewers, feel free to call in. Let the Minister of Public Utilities, let the CEOs of WASA know that the country is not having water in whatever area you're from. And you see, I will tell you something, you know, at the end of the day, at the end of the fortnight or the end of the month, they're collecting their salary and they're going home. They could take a WASA truck and come and fill up their tank. From the time your tank reach half, they topping it up back. But what about the people who not getting the water? What about the people who paying at the end of every 3 months or 4 months for a water supply and not getting? Tanti said in Dabadi, 2 years now. And if rain falls, she get no water. Call her good night. Hello?
Hello?
Go right ahead.
Yes, I would like to let Saeed know that Realize Road doesn't have water. It's going in almost a month.
You're live on Real Talk.
We keep calling WASA and they're not answering.
Realize Road in Princess Town. How long? About a month now?
Yeah.
Thank you, my dear. So those CEOs, those managers, those advisors, call up your friend. Call up your big-time friend. Tune into Real Talk, boy. This area I have water, that area I have no water, the following area I have no water. It's 2 weeks, it's 3 weeks, it's a month, it's a year. Tonight is WASA night, we lighten up WASA. Because at the end of 3 months, we gotta pay money. And where is supply? Call her good night.
Hi, good night. We have no water in Calcutta, number 2 Freeport, for over a week now. And we requested truck borne. My sister-in-law requested truck borne as well. And we have our reference number. We're not getting water.
Wow. Thank you, my dear. Call your friends and your family throughout Trinidad. Tonight is about WASA. Tonight is about water. The Minister of Health, Mr. Terence Dial Singh, says, wash your hands by the groceries, by the stores, by the malls. Anywhere they go, you have a little sink to wash your hand. Call her good night. Hello?
Hello, good night.
Good night, go right ahead.
I'm going to let you know that Gasparilla hasn't gotten water over a month now.
Gasparilla, no water for a month?
For a month, Gasparilla, yes.
Thank you, my dear. So you see, viewers, is different parts of Trinidad have no water. No water. Lahan come, Lahan gone, still no water. But every single month you collect a salary. What about your management team? What they doing? What are they doing? What about the planning committee for WASA? How they plan to distribute water? Call her good night.
Yeah, good night, Mr. Said.
Go right ahead, Chief.
Mr. Said, we haven't got any water in our taps for 1 month now in Tabland, Mantacool, and Warwell Road.
Wow.
Robert Village. 1 month, no water.
Thank you, my
Rain
friend.
falling, we can't collect now.
Thank you, my friend. We have to wash clothes. We have to eat food. We need water. We need water to wash the car. We need water to mop the house. We need water to water the plants. We need water to make baby milk. Come now, man. Let's say something now. What's up? Tonight is all your night. All your need hot burner tonight. Call her good night.
Hello, good night.
Go right ahead.
We having problem with the water for more than 2 months now in Las Lomas, number one.
Las Lomas number one. How long now?
Yeah. More than 2 months now.
2 months. Thank you, my friend. Call all your friend and family. It doesn't matter what area in Trinidad they're from. WASA needs to do better than this. They need to do better than this. 1 minute, the former Minister of Public Utilities, Lahan, saying WASA going bankrupt. 2 weeks into COVID-19, how many millions they're losing? Come on, that's $230 or $40 million in payments they lose. So, did WASA run to a bankrupt or somebody lying? Say something. Feel free to call in, people. Feel free to call in. Call her good night.
Good night, Brother Saieed.
Good night, sir.
I'm calling from Mount Pleasant Road, Carolina Village, Cuba.
Yes?
The line burst since Monday, and water wasting, and WASA is not coming to fix the line.
Exactly where the line burst?
Just opposite Tulin Pala.
Okay, no problem. Here what to do. If you could do a little videotape and send it for me tomorrow, it would be nice.
This is a friend from Cuba who cannot see properly, so I wouldn't be able to do that.
Let one of your family do that, a neighbor or a nephew or something.
All right. Okay,
Thank you, man. Send it on 3391670.
Yeah.
Feel free to call in, people. Let me hear what's taking place in your area concerning water. Because all through the Eid, people complaining for water. No water. So if you have no water in your tank, how are you cooking? How you giving your little baby a bath? How people bathing in the bathroom? How we washing clothes? Come now, man. WASA. Call her good night.
Hello, good night, Said. I'm sure LSG Park and all where these ministers living, them getting water right through. But all the UNC areas are fighting them.
Well, I ain't know about UNC area. I know about what area you calling from? He gone? You could have said if you're getting water. Tonight is not about party, no. Tonight is about water supply. Tonight is about water supply throughout Trinidad and Tobago. So, as we move on tonight, Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley has denied claims that he was hiding and was trying to avoid specific issues facing the government. He told the media, he told members of the media that he is only the Prime Minister in the history of Trinidad and Tobago who has been accessible as he has been.
From day one, I can say today, without fear of contradiction, that no other Prime Minister in the history of Trinidad and Tobago has ever been so accessible to the media and has ever made him or herself available so frequently and for so long at events where I give you the opportunity to ask as many questions as you have, and I try to answer them.
Now, viewers, I will tell you something. Making yourself available for the media is one thing, all well and good. But answering questions from the media is another thing. It is another thing. I was listening to the press briefing today. Why do you think I could say that? Because I was listening. Making yourself available is one thing. Thank you for making yourself available. Real Talk telling you thank you. But Real Talk is also saying, making yourself available is all well and good, but answering a question I put to you is another thing. Call her good night.
Good night.
Hello.
Hello?
Go right ahead. Yes?
This is Farzan Khan from Road. We have no water in Warren Road.
And what road? Warren Road.
No water.
For how long?
From Saieed Ali, we get no water.
How long?
We have no Saieed Ali.
16 days?
Saieed Ali.
Okay. Thank you, my friend.
Right.
Call in. Let me know what's going on. Let this show be the only show to highlight the Wassa situation in Trinidad and Tobago. Because nobody ain't doing it. Everybody wants water. And nobody wants to highlight the matter. But tonight, we are on the front burner with Wassa. On the front burner. Water is an essential thing. Now, listen. You could go without food for 2 days or 3 days until you get something to cook. But you can't go without water. Caller, good night.
Hi, good night, right?
Go right ahead, sir.
So I'm calling from Wana Village, Charleville.
Yes?
It's 5 years now since this government come into power. We hardly getting water. The water pulling like oil.
Wow.
For 5 years.
Thank you, my friend. Yes.
We're calling people, but they come in, they check in, they put in meter, and then they leave in. And no improvement was done.
Thank you, my friend. Feel free to call in 238-6716. We're highlighting Wassa tonight. We ain't talking about COVID. We ain't talking about Delcy. We ain't talking about sanction. We're talking about something in necessity in Trinidad and Tobago right here. Right here in Trinidad and Tobago. And I'm raising the issue of water. This is what I'm raising. Water. Because I'm going to tell you something. If a gunman go to kill somebody, and when he done busting shot and he running, when he done run, is water he looking for, you know? Is water he looking for because he thirsty? Call her good night.
Oh, say good night and then say.
Call her your life on Real Talk.
Yeah, have a good night.
Go right ahead there.
The best show that I take on for years is Ian Allen's show.
All right.
You get everything right up from Ian Allen's show from Win TV.
Uh-huh. She gone? My dear, thank you for that. But you could have called him and tell him about water. Because I watched the show this evening and me here you say nothing about water. I watched his show this afternoon, but I didn't hear you call in and say anything about water. Well, I hope you could put the show in a tub and wash clothes. I hope you could put the show in a machine and wash clothes. You see, nothing wrong with you calling in and telling me about a show, you know. Nothing. I will give you your time. I wouldn't cut you off. I wouldn't bad talk. I wouldn't do that. But I just let you know the issue we're dealing with. So what I'm going to tell you now is put it in your scrubbing board and wash it. Put it in your scrubbing board and wash it. Call her good night. Hello?
Hello, good night.
Go right ahead there.
Yes, am I speaking with Saieed Ali?
You're live on Real Talk.
Okay, I'd just like to highlight our flight in Santa Cruz.
Go right ahead, yes.
Yes, we have a terrible, terrible system here in Santa Cruz, and the Wassa people, they are not keeping up with their schedule.
Okay.
And the people are suffering. We haven't had a proper flow for the last 3 weeks. Whenever it comes like around close to midnight, and by 5 in the morning it is gone.
Wow.
And then sticking with their schedule, the people in Santa Cruz are suffering immensely at this time. So I don't know if you can do something about it, highlight it, or bring it to the fore, but we really would appreciate that.
Thank you, my dear. Well, your plight have been highlighted throughout Trinidad and Tobago and the world. So I am definitely sure somebody in Wassa is hearing you. Call in. Feel free. Near charge, you know, let her call in. Call and complain. all you have all your rights. Because at the end of the day, all you're paying for it. All you're paying for it. Now, you see, there have to be a leader. Once the leader stands firm and strong, followers will act accordingly. You see how I standing up for water situation throughout Trinidad and Tobago, and I telling you all calling because I know there are heads. I know there are heads that is being glued onto the television from 7 to 8. Caller, good night.
Hello, good night.
Go right ahead.
I live in approximately about 500 feet from the Chatham water station. Right? For the longest while, we're trying to get our pipeline water in the Food Cup Road number 2. Right? And it's such a run around right. You look all to the, I think, real water problem inside here.
All right, this is in Chatham.
Yeah, road after Chatham Youth Camp. No water supply for over 40 years. No line run, nothing.
Okay, who is the councillor for the area?
Tilakson. Shankar Tilakson. I talked to him on many occasions too. Monday I have a meeting with him.
Monday?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for highlighting the matter.
Yeah.
Mr. Shankar, I know you're locked on. If you are locked on, the family locked on. So, see what you could do for the villagers down in that area. Feel free to call in, viewers. We're talking about Wassa tonight. We want to know what area you're from and what area did not have water for the last week, month, 6 months, a year. Caller, good night. Hello?
Hello?
Go right ahead.
Yeah, the only time we really get in water is when we have flood. We get about 5 floods. We never receive any help from any government. They only promising people. We never get a cent. Right now we have no water in Faizabad. I live in the place where we just get the most amount of flood. The only kind of water we really receiving is no help from the government. I know once upon a time they mentioned that people vote. They vote for the essential things of life.
Yes.
Basic amenities, water, light, and roads. We have the worst road. We always getting cut off. We do not even have street lights. We have no water for the past month and a half. And you see that COVID thing, they tell us we stay home and stay safe. We have nothing from the government, not a pound at all.
Wow.
And we are the people who are affected the most by the COVID. Because them people in authority, they getting a big fat salary. They getting their family fixed up. Fanatics of party, PNM and UNC, fixing the people in the offices, while the other people like we had to suffer until we dead.
But Kola, how long now you haven't had water in your pipe?
A month and a half. We have no water.
Wow. A month and a half. Thank you, Kola.
Yeah.
So viewers, as we move on now, but feel free to call in. Let me know what area you're from and how long you haven't gotten water. So listen this. Citizens can expect an increase in the police visibility in the coming weeks as the countries continue to reopen. This is according to the Police Service, TTPS. Acting Commissioner of Police, Jason Ford, made this announcement at a police media briefing earlier today. He said that the TTPS would be joined by members of the Trinidad and Tobago Defense Force.
Just as you saw us conspicuously performing our duties on the nation's byways and highways, expect to see us in even larger numbers, accompanied by members of the Trinidad and Tobago Defense Force, taking command of our streets, and you will see that by way of increased patrols, road checks, stop and search exercises, and certain targeted operations, all geared towards allowing you, the population, safe passage to your destinations, providing safety, security, and comfort to you, both at your homes as well as in public, and relentlessly attacking the criminal element in our society.
ACP Ford stated that there was a decrease in criminal activity during the COVID-19 period.
During the COVID period of March 15, 2020 to May 27, 2020, on average, there was a 37% decrease in violent crimes throughout Trinidad and Tobago. Murder, the #1 crime in many countries, also in Trinidad and Tobago, saw a drastic decrease during that period of approximately 24%.
Now, viewers, we're still in COVID-19, and there was a decrease in crime. Even the criminals were afraid to come out. They're afraid to die. Imagine there's a criminal, you're killing and you're afraid to come out. Imagine that. COVID have you locked in. Caller, good night.
Yes, good night, Mr. Saeed.
Go right ahead.
Yeah, for calling from St. Cross Road in Princestown.
Yes.
We're not getting any water since on the 15th of this month.
Since the 15th
of this month, May.
No water?
Yeah, St. Cross Road, right, not too far inside, quarter mile.
Thank you, my dear. For those of you who ask yourself why Saeed pushed for the child sex offender registry and why Saeed is pushing for no bail for rapists, as I said on my last show, listen to this. 2 men were expected to appear in court charged with sexual offense against minors. 31-year-old PH, driver of Tobago, was charged with 1 count of sexual penetration of a minor, 1 count of kidnapping, and 1 count of false imprisonment, all for sex. The charges were laid after he sexually assaulted the 12-year-old passengers of Hill's vehicle in a remote area. Meanwhile, a 36-year-old resident of Morvan was charged with 4 counts of sexual touching of a minor and 2 counts of sexual penetration of a minor after he was caught having intercourse with a 15-year-old female. Upon further investigation, it was found that the man had been having intimate relationship with the teen since July 2019. The Child Protection Unit, that is the CPU, is urging parents and guardians to exercise due diligence when it comes to the safety of their children. So viewers, hopefully by the end of this week, I will have a price on the land that we are going to purchase for the Rape Crisis Center that Real Talk wants to build. Now, like I said, I will need your help in contributing to build this structure. It will cost close to $6 million, but it will be one of a kind in Trinidad and Tobago because they have none. They have none. So Real Talk will be the first entity in Trinidad and Tobago that will be building a rape crisis center with your help. With your help. Caller, good night. Hello? Persons with licensed firearm would now be given a card. This card would help the police service to keep track of renewal, purchasing of ammunition, and much more. So the Commissioner of Police is releasing a card for firearm holders. He's saying that it will be easier to keep track of these individuals. When you go to the range, how many ammunition you buy, how many times you've been to the police station, you know, things like that now. Keeping up to date with the firearm act in Trinidad and Tobago. Caller, good night. Hello?
Good night.
Go right ahead.
Well, I'm calling from Kunjal Road in Barapa. We haven't got water for about 2 weeks now.
No water for 2 weeks. Kunjal Road, Barapa.
Kunjal Road, Barapa.
Thank you, my friend. So now, viewers, with those who have firearms, the new commissioner is bringing out this card, this new card. He said it would be easier to maintain this card than having the booklet. You know, sometimes when you go with the booklet on your possession, it could mash up. Now listen to this. This card was revealed by the Commissioner of Police, Gary Griffith, earlier today.
Card now will be used as a checks and balance system that I intend to incorporate to ensure that persons who have a firearm, they understand the responsibility.
Commissioner Griffith explained that each card comes with a chip which will be used to ensure that persons with licensed firearms are properly responsible and that they are trained properly.
The chip will now ensure that we know when persons would have paid for the renewal of their firearm user's license. And more importantly, what we have noticed is that sometimes persons, they're eager to get a gun, and I use a gun because they want a gun, but then they do not understand how important it is for you to train with this firearm.
And that is so true. That is so true. Caller, good night.
Hello, good night.
Go right ahead, you're live on Real Talk.
Yeah, I watched the program there, right? And people complaining about they don't have water for months and things, right? So when WASA send a bill for them, what it is they're supposed to do? Just take the money and go and give it to WASA and no water?
Thank you, caller. Now, I'm going to tell you something. When you hear WASA send due to disconnect, if you don't pay your bill, you will be disconnected. You pay your bill and you have no water, you will get disconnected for not paying your bill, and you will still have no water. So we need some sort of reform in WASA, in supplying water. Caller, good night.
Hello?
Go right ahead, you're live on Real Talk.
That ladies are big eat.
All right, caller. All right, caller. I understand what you're saying. You see, I'm going to tell you something. I created this platform without asking anybody to fund anything, not even my page. The only thing I say I might ask you to fund is to build a house for somebody, or to contribute a little money to buy food for some people. You know why I just do that? So people would understand what the blessings of God is all about. And the one who have carnal mind, just remain carnal. You know why? When you remain carnal, you wouldn't know 1 add 1 will give you 2. Because you choose to remain carnal, and you choose not to learn something that would benefit you. How many of you could say you've been blessed through charity? I could say that. You know why I'm saying that? Real Talk is a living example. Real Talk is a living example. So when Tanti called, and she wanted to say about crime watch, I give you your space. My audio guy didn't cut you. He didn't cut you. He let you talk. That's what you call appreciation. And some of you will, hey, you know that lady called inside and talk about crime watch and bigging up crime. Did I cut you? No. My audio guy ain't cut you. He could have, but he didn't. He didn't do that. You know what you call that? You call that appreciation. But one thing I can tell you, put it in a tub and scrub it. I hope that fixes your water problem in your area. It ain't do nothing to me. When you tell yourself you can get on that side skin, come again. Call good night.
Hey, Mr. Said.
Go right ahead, sir.
He's a long-time friend. Hey, what's happening? I'm calling from the Baby Penal Corporation.
Uh-huh.
What happened is that we have water trucks running the area.
Yes.
And they mark free water with a phone number. And when they deliver, when they come to your house with the water, you have to pay them $600. Tell me what you think about that. I'm telling you.
In what area?
Penal they mark free water with a phone number. When you call them and they bring you water to your house, $600. Tell me what you think about that. I go.
Wow. Thank you for highlighting the matter. Anybody from the Penal Davie area had to pay for water from the truck bond. Feel free to call in tomorrow night. We have about 10 minutes left on our show tonight. Feel free to call in. Real talk, let's be a hit, because we're dealing with the issue. I'm not just coming here on my set and just talking about X, Y, and Z. You don't see people calling and thanking Saieed, thank you for this and thank you for that. But it's not about the fame and the praise and Saieed praising Saieed and Saieed fib. No, it's not about that. I had that before I reached on TV. I just always say that. I travel countries before I reach on TV. So I famous local and regional. Now I'm in a position that I know one or two people to help out people. So I decide, you know what? Lord, I need something in order to help people. The best way to reach out to people, a mass amount of people, is on TV. And being on TV now, people will come to you, Saieed. Anybody in this category, we could help them out. Anybody in this category, we could help them out. Caller, good night.
Very good evening, Mr. Saieed.
To you, my friend.
If a basic commodity, your right to have water, we cannot deliver, we have failed. This government has failed, no excuses. And earlier on you said that, if you didn't pay a bill, they would disconnect you. I am curious, disconnect what? Where you going to disconnect? If I'm not getting any water, there's nothing to disconnect. All the best.
True. Thank you, my friend. So, feel free to call in. Let me hear where you're from. Because we're dealing with Wassa. We're dealing with Wassa. What's supposed to be an essential thing in Trinidad, it becomes something that we're longing for. We have to long for water. We have to wake up to find out when water come in. We have to work now to make $600 or $800 now to pay for a tank of water when it should not be. How are we going into the 21st century, the first class living, when we aim live from the third world? Caller, good night.
Good night, Mr. Saieed.
Go right ahead.
I just called to plead with this Minister of Social Development to do something about this replacement card where they took from people the 1st of March.
What replacement card?
The replacement food card.
The food card, okay.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you, my dear. Feel free to call in. Prime Minister Dr. Saieed Ali would address the national community as to the next step of the phased opening of this country on Saturday. There has been no new case of COVID-19 in the country for 1 month. Government speed up the phase 2 as a result of the country not having no or any new case of COVID-19. At the weekly post-cabinet media conference today, the Prime Minister said he has to first meet with his team before addressing further issues.
I will let you know that I'll come back on Saturday at 2 o'clock because I have a meeting with the team. We meet as a team and we have the medical experts, we have the Minister of Health, Minister of National Security, and we meet and we go over the facts and the data.
So there you have it, viewers. That will be the third phase of the other departments in Trinidad and Tobago opening. On Saturday, we will hear from the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, the Honorable Saieed Ali, on what is the take step or what step they will be taking next. Caller, good night.
Hello, good night.
Go right ahead.
Mr. Saieed?
Yes, you're live on Real Talk.
I'm calling from Matisse Road, Hindustan. That is a new grant.
Hindustan, okay.
Oh, we don't have water for the past 8 weeks.
Wow.
Yes.
So here it is now.
It's $400 we have to pay for a load of water.
400?
Yes.
So when all you get water for all this amount of time, how will it cope?
Well, we have to buy.
Wow. Yes. And if you're not working now, how are you getting money to buy?
Well, we have to do it out. Sometimes we call, we doesn't get. Sometimes you get. When you do get, you get like just one tank.
Okay. And a tank of water, no time in a week time, a tank of water done, you know.
Less than a week.
Less than a week. Thank you, my dear. So Hindustan, thank you so much for calling in. So you see, viewers, it's from the north, it's from the south, it's from the east, and it's from the west. People are not getting water, but yet we have to pay for water supply. So for the last 5 years, what did the minister, well, the past minister then, the former minister of WASA, what did he do? What did they do to improve the water supply throughout Trinidad and Tobago? I don't want to bash, you know, but I want to find out. There's a difference between bashing and a difference between finding out. So, I mean, Robert Lahant is no more the public utility minister, but yet he cannot come out and say what they did in the 5 years to improve water throughout Trinidad. We take a bank manager and make him a WASA man. Or let's think it easy. We take a man who dealing with money, who managing money, to see about water problem. Caller, good night.
Good night, Said.
Go right ahead.
Yeah, and this new minister of public utilities, this Rasta one, he come and denying and saying people in South getting water, and he can't believe people not getting water and things. I don't know why these people lie so much for.
Thank you, caller. That is why I decided to talk about water tonight. So when you hear they hit the next press conference and they say they didn't know, I will tell you you lie. I will tell you you lie. Because throughout Trinidad and Tobago, from the north, south, east, and west, they're looking at Real Talk and they're calling in and they're saying they do not have water for the month, for 2 months, for 6 months. Tanti right up the road there. 2 years. 2 years. And you want to come out and say now, nah, you can't say they're lying. How you could say you're lying? And when the #1 show, #1 current affairs program in Trinidad and Tobago, Thursday night being tonight, had a WASA show. No water throughout. Caller, good night. Hello? Hello, you live on Real Talk?
Yeah, hello.
Go right ahead.
Yeah. I'm calling from North Manzanilla.
Manzanilla?
Yeah.
How's your water supply?
No, that way it is over 3 weeks no water. It will be, you understand? Hello?
Yes, I hear you.
Yeah, over 3 weeks here no water, so promises. And you want to come out and say now? And I am making sense, sorry.
Thank you, caller. Thank you, caller. So far as Manzalena, deep south. So we're going on with WASA now. So nobody now cannot come out and say that down south they have no water. And up north they have water. And up on the east there's no water. And down on the west there's no water. Because throughout Trinidad and Tobago, people call in on Real Talk to let you know that. The managers and the supervisors and the big boy and the small boy in WASA, everybody will know now that throughout Trinidad, people did not get water. So what are you going and say, being leaders? Come good. Come good. So viewers, we have about 1 minute left on our show tonight. I do want to say thank you for joining us tonight. Like I said, we do apologize for tomorrow night. But nevertheless, I am here by the grace of God for another show. I thank God for that. It's Fire Friday tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll be dealing with different things. But feel free to call in. Voice your concern. Let us hear what is taking place. And I do thank you, the viewers and the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, for making Real Talk the #1 current affairs program in Trinidad and Tobago. I would say something to you. When God have planted you in the land of the living and makes you a leader, He will create followers. Viewers, be safe. Enjoy the night until we meet again. It's Fire Friday tomorrow. Good night.